All right, welcome to MAT 151, your day one assignment. Click right here, takes you to your online syllabus. So I'm going to just put this off to the side and follow my syllabus. And again, here's some other things that you can read for the class. Again, you want to take a pre-test, so I get a little knowledge of what your background is. And this is the video that you're listening to right now. So, going to the syllabus right now, we're online. The most important thing I thought I should put on here, because everybody says, oh, I want to know some important dates. Well, if the class isn't for you or you don't like the way I'm running the class, I'm not going to be offended. But if you want a full refund, there's your refund date. I think that's pretty stinking important for you folks. You know, money's important for you guys. All right, you got your course description. This is everything that we're going to cover. We're going to be covering quite a bit. I want you to have a TI-84 for the class. I'm going to be using a TI-84 simulator in my videos. It kind of looks like this and shows you the button pushings. And I'm going to show you lots of good things with the calculator, so make sure you get one of those. Oops, wrong one to click. You can rent one out through the Math Solutions, or I should say our math office. All right, you got to be able to get into Canvas. You're going to be doing all your homework through More, so you don't have to pay for it. It is free. This is going to be a big one for me, is the communication with the instructor. Please, all communication done through your GCC email account. It's a lot easier for me. I do realize that you can contact me through Canvas, but when you attach assignments and things of that nature through Canvas, they don't always come through on my GCC email. So if everybody sends me attachments through your student email, it'll be a lot easier for me to get those graded. Please make sure that in the subject line you include the course name, MAT 151, the section number 29569, and then follow that with your name. That way I know exactly what student I'm looking at, so I can have my grade book open for when I have to record your notes and your homework and things of that nature. All right, I recommend you have that all typed into a Word document, paste it on your desktop somewhere, so you can just open it and cut and paste all the time, save yourself some time. All right, if for your calculator, there are some TI-84 desktop emulators that you can get for free. I provided the links here for you. So if you want to read through that, by all means, check that out. If you already have one, great. If you do have to purchase a calculator and you're going to be taking more classes, I encourage you to buy the TI-84CE. Make sure you have a very reliable internet access. All right, that's going to be important. So your internet being down will not be an excuse for anything being late. Next, very important, course engagement. The big thing with the HCLA and all these crazy people who have to make sure that these courses are accredited is that they want seat time. So to emulate our seat time, to make sure that you're working on something, we have what we call course engagement. So my rule is this. I'm going to read this here so you understand. It is important that you actively engaged in your learning and feel supported by me, your instructor, classmates, and campus. Make sure you are working on your assignments in a timely manner and pay attention to due dates. I'll show you that on the calendar. You will be withdrawn from the course if there are no attempts to complete the day one assignment by the first day of class. That's like you didn't show up for class on day one. You will be withdrawn. Number 2, inactivity lasting longer than 5 days, which includes weekends. All right? So if you're not sending me in your notes on the due dates, you're not doing any homework, that will show up in More, the dates that you are attempting things. If you don't do anything for 5 days or more, you will be withdrawn. Okay, very important that you stay up to date in this class. It's not something you can put off and, oh, I'll catch up on the weekend. it's not going to work. There's way too much work to be done. If you do a little bit every day, it's going to be fine. You will be, how should I say? You will be above water, floating casually. What's going to be important then is your ability to get the homework and the test with good scores. If you try to do all the videos and the notes over the weekend, you'll never have time to get to the homework. You'll put it off, and then you'd have no practice for your exams, and it's all going to come crashing down. So time commitment, it's a 4-credit course. The big thing here, you can expect to do 10 to 15 hours of homework a week. So plan accordingly. As I say, do everything a little bit at each day. I do have online office hours. All right, those office hours are going to be Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7. All I ask is if you are going to show up, give me a quick email request by 2 p.m. that day. So before I leave my office at school, I'll be checking my email. Oh, there we are. We have people who want to have some meetings, so I can plan accordingly when I get home. Again, use the appropriate communication protocol that I talked about earlier in the subject line. Testing, this is going to be important. 7-chapter exams scheduled throughout the semester. We'll show you that on the calendar. These exams can take up to 2 hours. The exams are going to be paper and pencil in the math solution testing room. Bring a photo ID. All right, the reason I'm going paper and pencil is because there is very little test integrity when trying to test people online. I have caught so many people cheating while I proctor them online. So we're going paper and pencil. Now, an incentive here is, as you can see, I'm going to give extra credit. There's going to be a 3-day testing window, Tuesday to Thursday during the testing week. Now, the hours have changed. I have put them in there, so I'm going to be adjusting this here again later in the syllabus. But here's how it works. If you are ready to take your test by Tuesday, you've gone through the review, you've practiced it, you've checked it, you got everything cleared up, you've been to the math solution, worked with tutors, you had them check your answers on your review, then take it Tuesday. Because I'm going to give you 6% extra credit for whatever you earn on the test. So if you get an 80% on the test on Tuesday, then I take 6% of that, which is 4.8, and I add it to your score, so now you're at 84.8. On Wednesday, you get 3% of whatever you earned. And on Thursday, there's no extra credit. So I'm trying to give you an incentive to get things done ahead of time instead of waiting until Thursday. Now, if you need more time to study to get a better grade, then I understand why you're going to go to Thursday. But don't just take the test on Tuesday and end up getting a 50% and getting a failing grade. Study some more for the next 2 days to be prepared and take it on Thursday. It's all about how you feel if you're ready. All right, you don't need an appointment at the Math Solution. I'll have the papers there. You just come in and tell them you're here to take MAT 151. Tell them the chapter number. They'll look you up on the list and they'll put you in a testing room. Now, if you don't show up to take your test, then you're going to get a 0 for that test. There will also be a midterm and a final that are going to be multiple choice. And again, we'll have the same testing criteria for those in the Math Solution. You will use their calculators in the Math Solution. They have the TI-84CEs, like I will show you on the screen. But if you are used to a Casio graphing calculators, they have those as well. Notes are required. It's going to be your responsibility to take the notes from the video, take a picture or turn them into a PDF file and send them to me via email, as I mentioned earlier. It's how I check to make sure you're engaged. Homework is going to be all through More. It's through your Canvas. So again, please check section 3.1. So if I quickly go back to Canvas here, back to our modules, here's 3.1. I want to make sure you're getting into the homework. There's the videos. There's the homework. It should take you to the More site. connecting to more, click resume or start, and then the questions should show up. All right, next. Grading scale, 90, 80, 70, 60, pretty straightforward. If you are at 89.9, you get a B. I do not round up. Here's how things are weighted. Your average grade for notes is 5%. Homework is 15%. Chapter exams, this is the big one, 60%. This is what you're taking in the math solution and need to do well on. Then your midterm and final are each worth 10%. Now, I do have extra credit. Here's how it works. Not only did you see the extra credit on the individual exams based on what day. Now, that's important. Like I said, if you got that extra 4.8%, that's 60% of your grade. That can pile up and really help you build a little buffer zone for when you want to get your grade to round up. So I don't round it up. You earn that through extra credit. The one extra credit I also have is also for your test. This one is very tough to get if you have a tendency to procrastinate. But if you're a person who does stuff every single day, you're going to get rewarded. All right? So if all your homework and all of your notes are turned in on the days on the calendar in the syllabus with an 85% or better for every assignment by their due dates, you get extra credit added. How it works is as follows. So, for example, you have an 85% homework average. I will take your 85% divided by 20, 4.25, add it to 100, and then multiply it to your test average. Remember, that's 60% of your grade. That's where the extra credit is being applied to. All right, but that happens at the end of the semester. You have to have all notes in by due dates, all homework done at 85% or better by their due dates. Okay, now the nice thing here too is you want to get to the 85%. You can always go back and turn those into 100. So then you can say, well, now instead of 85, I have 100 divided by 20. That's 5%. So I can get even more extra credit. I just want you to get to 85 by the due date. You want to go make them hundreds? That's up to you. Any complaints? This is the process. Number one, you talk to me. Number two, if you don't like what I have for a resolve for your complaint, then you have the right to contact the department chair. If you don't like his resolve, then you go to the dean of instruction. Here, let you read through this for any students with disabilities, the learning event, environment, your responsibilities with the handbook. This should all be good to you. Again, student conduct, very important here. Like I said, you don't want to cheat. You don't want to copy stuff. If I found that you cheated on a test or anything with an assignment, whatever we do, you will get a 0 for that assignment. I will send in a report of conduct to the Dean of Student Life. If you cheat the second time, you automatically will be withdrawn and you will get a grade of a Y, and that will affect your GPA. All right, we have our sexual harassment here. That's pretty standard in everybody's. Again, no artificial intelligence. That's like going to Wolfram Alpha to show work, and that's something you don't want to go to. You want to be doing your own work. All right, extra help. Oops, what happened here? All right, I have a new one. Where'd it go? I thought I saved this. Hold on, let me double check here. I thought I saved a new one here. Oh, okay, I do have. Let me go back into here. I could have swore I put it in here. The dates or the times of the math solution and when it's open. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hurry up. Circle of death. Please. I just put that in. Huh. Oh, that's weird. Oh, here it is. I don't know why it wasn't in the PDF. I'll make sure it's in there. All right, so here is the hours for when the Math Solution is going to be open for your test. There's going to be a slight adjustment after the first month because we were complaining that we wanted them to be open later than 6:30 for people who work later into the evening. So we got Tuesday and Wednesday open till 8 p.m. But then it's going to cut back on the Thursday. So keep that in mind. We got 2 days. We're going to be open a little bit later. Then it's going to be adjusted here. So you might want to make sure you have that out and about. Okay, calendar. That's the next thing I want to look at. That's this calendar right here. All right, day one activity. This is when everything has to be done. Everything across the middle. This is when you're watching the videos and getting your notes taken care of. I give you suggestions on when you should have your homework done by. Yellow is due dates. So by Wednesday, 3.1 notes should be turned into me via email. Then 3.2 on Thursday, 3.3 next Monday, so on and so forth. Those are the yellow things you look for. Now, when is the homework due? Homework is always due. So by September 11th, when we take the Chapter 3 test on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that Monday by midnight, 11:59, all homework I will download and check to see who has 85% on every assignment. And those people I keep in the gold category because they're going for the gold extra credit. And I will check that for Chapter 3, Chapter 4, all the way through. So if you hit all these yellow due dates for the notes and for the homework, okay, notice here on Thanksgiving, Chapter 8 will be Monday through Wednesday, and you have to have that homework still due by Monday. All right, and there's our final exam. You have the first 3 days in the finals week to come in and take your exam. All right, so there's the calendar and how all that works. And the last thing I'll need you to do is to please send me a picture of your GCC ID. All right, the reason for that is in case I have to contact you and we have to do something online, I know that I'm actually talking to you. All right, and then so just fill out this last page. Make sure that you check this blank right here. That means you filled the prerequisites for the course. Okay, now if you can't get your picture in here, you can always just attach it in the email for you signing this. All right. So hope to start seeing everybody getting everything done on Monday. And I will always be in contact. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one more important thing on this Friday here, because Friday is my open day. After every test, I will be sending out, and it's going to be in schedule. It should be in your syllabus when you have it there. So I'm pretty sure I got it in there. It's in the new one. It's not this one that's in the Canvas. But on Friday, we will go over the test, the schedule. I'll have an open Google Meet invite that I'll send to you via email. I will hopefully get your tests all graded by Thursday night, send them to you Friday morning back to you via email, and then I'll have a time when we can go over the exams. It will be open, so you can join in a group discussion on discussing the problems that were on the test. And that will be every Friday after the exam. Again, we'll see you next week, starting Monday. Hope to hear from everybody with your day one activities on Monday.